Today we're going to talk about assigning costs to our inventory. If everything we buy is always the exact same price, then we don't need to go through this process. But the reality is when we are a merchandiser and we're buying inventory, costs are going to go up, they're going to go down. We may get a bulk discount if we buy a bunch. If we only buy a few, it may be more expensive. So we need to have a way to identify how much we paid for what we sell, and then what's left in our inventory. That's what we don't sell. We call that ending inventory. Okay, there's 4 methods: specific identification, first in, first out, last in, first out, and weighted average. Let's talk about them. We're going to go with a really simple, straightforward example. We are a used car lot. We have purchased 3 cars that are in our inventory to sell. On March 1st, we purchased car A for $8,000. On March 2nd, we purchased car B for $9,000. And on March 3rd, we purchased car C for $13,000. The total amount of our inventory is $30,000. Okay. Specific identification means that we can identify which item in our inventory we've actually sold. In this case, we're going to sell car B. So under specific identification, I know my cost of goods sold when I sell car B is $9,000. And my ending inventory is car A and car C, which are $21,000. I can also do this by taking $30,000 minus my cost of goods sold. $30,000 minus $9,000 would be $21,000. Okay, specific identification is pretty simple. But what if we're not selling cars? What if we're selling golf balls or pencils? Something where we're going to have a bunch coming in and a bunch going out, and they're sitting in one big warehouse, and we don't know which exact one we sold. We could do something expensive, like put a little RFID chip on every single golf ball. That would be pretty ridiculously expensive. So instead, we are going to have a method of estimating it. So the next 3 methods are estimations of our costs, and they are approved by GAAP, and we can use any of the 3 of them that we want. The first method is called first in, first out. Okay, so now we're assuming our car lot, all 3 cars are exactly the same. They're the same year, the same color, the same make, the same model, and we've scraped off the VIN numbers, so like we literally have no idea which is which. They're just all sitting out there. We don't know how much we paid for each of them. We know how much we paid, but we couldn't assign it by car. All right. So under the first in, first out method, we assume that the first one we sell is the first one that we bought. If you think about at the grocery store, like in the dairy section, right? They always move around the stock so that the ones that don't expire for a long time are in the back, and the ones that are going to expire sooner in the front. That's first in, first out. Okay. So under first in, first out, we sell 1 car. So we assume that it is the $8,000 car because that was the first one we bought on March 1st. And our ending inventory is $30,000 minus $8,000. Let's put that in there. Minus our cost of goods sold. And our total inventory minus cost of goods sold, or our total inventory minus cost of goods sold is $22,000 in our ending inventory. All right, now instead of first in, first out, we are going to use last in, first out. That assumes that the last piece of inventory that we bought is the first one that we sell. So in this case, if we sell 1 car, the last car that we bought for $13,000. And our ending inventory is going to be $30,000 minus what we sold. That's what's left. $17,000 is the value that we have not sold. The final is weighted average. This is where we take an average of everything that's in our inventory at the time, and the cost of goods sold is the average cost. So in this case, our total cost is $30,000. So let's put this over here. Total cost is $30,000. And the number of units, in this case, we have 3 cars, so our number of units is 3. And so Our total cost divided by the number of units is going to be 10,000. So our cost of goods sold when we sell one car is 10,000, and our ending inventory will be 30,000. That's 30,000 minus 10,000, or 20,000. Now you can see we actually did not buy a single car for 10,000, but using the weighted average, that doesn't matter. We're just averaging our costs. First in, first out is going to give you the highest net income when your prices are increasing. Last in, first out is going to give you the lowest net income when prices are increasing. And weighted average is going to do the best job of smoothing out earnings. So whether prices are increasing or decreasing, it won't really matter. All right, that is your overview of inventory costing.